welcome. Welcome to PJNET. It's Friday night, the night we let our hair down here at PJNET. And we want to say thank you to Hazards for doing some of our music videos up until this point to kind of give myself and Sunbelt Girl a break, because I have been busy today, but not near as busy as the person that you are about to see. Some of you who are been around for a while know who this is. But let's bring Patty Curran on board with us. Patty, have a seat here in my studio and make yourself comfortable. And Patty, boy, what a journey it's been together. We go back a long ways. And today you were just, hitchhiking, and whoever you hitchhiked with dropped you off at this March for Life, right?
Yeah, sure. We drove up yesterday, and we're in Alexandria right now, just across the way from D.C. So. And
you there by yourself or with a group representing anybody?
No,
what's
a
the deal?
Couple of friends. We try to come up every year, and brought a friend who'd never come, so this is her first year coming. And then we have two friends, one of which, gosh, his first March for Life was in 1976 or 1977. Mm-hmm. And so we were discussing about how amazing it is that back then it was all old people. And now the young people pretty much outnumber the elderly.
Patty,
my friend was saying that
younger.
She thinks it's like 75% of the people are like, 36 or younger probably.
You're getting younger, Patty. That's what it is. You old folks that are going are just getting younger and younger. And, I was not watching, but it was certainly on in the room nearby, the CBS Evening News. And I heard, I actually have a stopwatch function that I use with my phone. So I measured the amount of coverage that the CBS Evening News gave to the March for Life. Let me pull it up for you here.
0.
There it is, folks. 0.
Now, C-SPAN did cover it. EWTN, if you go to they have a Facebook page. It's EWTN, Eternal World Television Network. Mm-hmm. They have the entire, over 3.5 hours. I don't know that they have all the speakers in the beginning, but they do have the march, and they counted, and there were over 500,000 people. They're saying on their website and Facebook page that there were well over 500,000 people.
So I presume with that many people and all of these right-wing nut jobs, one of the concerns there would have been security. Tell us about your security experience going in.
Oh, well,
because you look pretty, shady.
I think that they had two different things. So if you wanted to get into the actual rally where the vice president was speaking, they had Secret Service tents. I mean, lines. Gosh, I don't know, at least 100 Secret Service. More than 100, but I'm just saying 100 stations. And we had to take everything out of our pockets. Some people went through metal detectors, and then I was asked to unzip my jacket, and then I had to lift up my shirt. So I was kind of shocked when he said, could you lift up your shirt? I'm like, okay. But it wasn't all the way up, just kind of, he's
I won't ask you to show us just how far that went.
Well, and since it was the Secret Service, I didn't go into my Fourth Amendment rights or the Constitution like I normally would do, but.
Yeah, and you were there early, so, they... So who were some of the speakers? What was the mood? What was the reaction? It was well attended, you're saying. Enthusiasm there? Any news? Anything you learned that you didn't know before?
No, I don't think I learned anything I didn't know before, but Mike Pence, Kellyanne Conway was there, Mike Pence, and they had several. Abby Johnson spoke. Mm-hmm. She started, what is it? I cannot remember the name of her nonprofit, but
now wasn't she the one that formerly was a director?
Right, she was a director
of a Planned Parenthood facility.
They have now gotten over 360 Planned Parenthood clinic workers to stop working at Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. And they have 7 full-time abortion doctors who have stopped performing abortions. What is the name of her nonprofit, Sarah? I will try to remember it and text it to you.
Okay.
But she's got a nonprofit, and it's a ministry, a Christian ministry, and they try to get, preach the gospel and get these clinic workers to, come out. And then who was they had a Baltimore Ravens. What was his name?
Benjamin Watson.
Okay, sorry. If I didn't have her, I'd forget. Benjamin Watson was there. He spoke. Mia Love gave a great speech. We had several pro-life congressmen that were there. And, of course, now with Pence, Vice President Pence, this was the first time in the history of the March for Life that a vice president has addressed the crowd. So it was pretty amazing today. It was obviously that's a history making right there, that he would come out and address the crowd. And he said that President Trump actually asked him to come and address the March for Life crowd.
We're making progress. We're making progress. It's happening.
Oh, absolutely. Trump's already signed and it actually expanded the Mexico City policy that our tax dollars will not go to organizations around the world that perform abortions. Mm-hmm. So that's amazing. I'm pleasantly surprised that President Trump is actually doing what he said he would do.
I had my doubts.
Oh, I did too. I think a lot of us had our doubts, but and so it was great. What else? It's the usual. I don't know. I've been to the March for Life so many times that it's kind of
routine for you, yeah.
We come up because I only live like 6 hours away, so it's not like it's a horrible journey to get here. Mm-hmm. But it's amazing to see the young people. That's the best part, because I've been coming probably over the last decade, mm-hmm. and more young people are coming.
That's super. That is,
and that's why they chant, "We are the pro-life generation," and they have the signs that say, pro-life generation. If you look at their hashtag is pro-life gen, and if you search that pro-life gen, and if you search that hashtag, you'll see just thousands of pictures of them at the march. They had amazing signs, and I'll try to text you a link to my public. I made my March for Life album is public, so anybody can mm-hmm. see it. So you can see the pictures, share the pictures, take the pictures. I don't care if you copy them and use them. You don't have to give me any kind of credit for them. Just use them because we're spreading the pro-life message. So.
Well, and thank you, Patty. We have your address to your profile page on Twitter, and we saw many pictures that you've taken today.
Twitter today was hard. I was trying to upload pictures to Twitter, but it wasn't.
I have to tell you a secret. All you got to do is text the picture to 40404.
Oh, okay.
Once you've connected your phone account to Twitter, you can text. You can tweet that way too.
Okay. Yeah, the media coverage. Last week we had women here. And how many women did they have at the Women's March? I don't think they had over 500,000, right? And the news reported it for days and days and days.
Well, between that march and this one, I would say more women have gotten off the sofa and out walking around since Trump's been inaugurated than Michelle Obama got in 8 years.
Yeah. Well, the March for Life, in the 40th anniversary 4 years ago, we had over 600,000 people came then. Last year, because of the blizzard, mm-hmm. there were fewer, but we had hundreds of thousands then too. And so the March for Life has just been growing every year, and hopefully one day we'll reach 1 million.
One of the things that amazes me, Patty, and we're going to have to wrap it up here pretty soon, but I can't help but bring up, anytime I get involved with a pro-life movement or event or activity, is we find people who have very diverse backgrounds that are suddenly united and respectful of one another. You'll have Protestants, you'll have Catholics, you'll have Jewish people, you'll even have pagan secularists.
Yeah, they have atheists for life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you say, how can these people get along? Well, because we agree on something, and there seems to be this spirit of harmony that says we will set aside any differences we may have, because we stand together on this issue. And I kind of get chills.
Oh, it's amazing. We're out here with half a million people, and there's a feminists for life.org. I don't know much about their group. They were out here today. Of course, you always see the Atheists for Life. You have the signs that are most moving are the mothers who had their children were conceived out of rape, and they even had a little girl out there who said, my mother was conceived by rape, and I love my life because she was her daughter. And they have grandmothers, and they have fathers who said that they, mourned the loss of fatherhood, and mothers who regretted their abortions. They're all out here. I mean, it really is. There's Black, brown, Asian, Latino, you name it, they're out here. And the best part is that everybody say, if they bump into you, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. We had this older lady that almost fell off the curb, and my friend and I reached out to grab, to like stop her from falling. And she just kept saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And we're like, are you okay? You want to help? Are you coming down or going up? We want to help you get on the curb. And she just kept telling us she was so sorry. And we're like, it's okay. But that's the best. I mean, it really is amazing. People aren't yelling at each other. You have some people who are walking, praying the rosary. Some people are chanting. There are only a few, usually like a couple years ago, the naked women laid across the street and blocked us for like several hours from being able to go, but the police got them out. But today there were very few counter protesters, and they're usually at the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And,
well, being naked in the weather today would be,
a few years ago it was colder than it was today. They're crazy.
They're crazy.
I mean, now, but well, I'm sorry, they really are. But I mean, it's like if you look at my public post I just posted on Facebook, 500,000 people marched in D.C. for the pro-life cause. The media doesn't say anything.
No.
But last week we had people who had genitals on their head, and they get news coverage for days. It doesn't make sense.
It actually does make sense if you understand the agenda.
Well, right. But it doesn't make sense to us. I mean, but
Patty, for those that haven't met you before, that are here, and those that are watching this video, tell us your involvement. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You got involved in politics primarily through Obamacare. Give us a brief. We can't spend long, but tell us your future plans.
Yeah, I've been involved in politics even when I was in college or whatever. But I really became a voice and became a loudmouth through Obamacare when I told off Kay Hagan. That was really my kind of claim. And then I had an op-ed published in the Washington Times about Obamacare, and I've had op-eds published in some Cincinnati papers and different things. But I think always been politically active. But then, with Obama and Obamacare and seeing our civil liberties just taken away daily, we see this. And hopefully we can start moving in the right direction. And please, if you're out there, do not go to sleep. Just because we have a majority in both houses and we have, the White House, this is not a time for us to go to sleep, because that's what I think really that's how we got here, because we just want to be left alone. We're conservatives. We don't want to mess with other people's lives. We want freedom. But if we don't keep pushing it back, watch Agenda 2 if you haven't seen it. If we don't push it back, we're not going to get back to normal.
Now, you staged a one-person sit-in at John Boehner's office, right?
Oh, yeah, scared his staffer. That was up in Ohio in his office. That over amnesty, and he told me I didn't need to read he didn't need to read the Federalist Papers, because he told me I did not understand the power of the purse.
Oh,
yeah. Because many of our elected officials in the House of Representatives don't even know what the power of the purse is, or that they have control. So.
Well, their understanding of the power of the purse is we'll give them everything they want and not one penny more. And
exactly,
that's the way they do it.
Well, I'm really hoping that they'll work with Trump, because I think if they defund, because they were talking today, I think Mike Pence, I'd have to go back and listen to his speech because we heard so much from people today, but I think they're planning on defunding Planned Parenthood, and I think Mike Pence and Trump are going to demand that Congress do it.
They got plenty of support. And we'll do it. Patty, gosh, it's been so long. I wish we could talk longer. I hope you'll come back
take
and,
care.
and
it's
visit
nice
again.
Talking to you.
Well,
and I'll send out the link so people can see the photos. And like I said, feel free to steal them, share them. I don't care if you tell them they're your own.
If you'll put that link to your photo album on Twitter, we've got your link to your Twitter account here in the chat.
Okay, I'll do that.
So
I'll
if you'll do
that,
that way it's not limited to just us. You know what?
Right.
We'll get it around. Patty, God bless you.
Thanks
for bringing all your experience, and it's kind of like we were there. So thank you for being our ambassador.
Well.